No. Yeah.
Taking a video, you guys. All right, brand new Mishnah, Daf Yomi Menachos. Nitma hakoymetz v'ikrivoy. So we're talking about kmitza, and he put it on the mizbeach when he wasn't supposed to. He was over. Hatzitz miratza. So let me see something. Yeah, there's no shir. It's not. Yeah, it says it is. Did it have this? We'll go back. Again, sorry. No, Zok the Mishnah. We'll say it real quickly. Nitma koymetz v'ikrivoy atzitz miratza. If somebody was over and brought a kmitza onto mizbeach, even though it was tamei, the tzitz undoes the tumah, so to speak. We're going to see exactly what that means. And the bailam has a kapara, and you could eat from the shirai. However, yotza v'ikrivoy, if the koymetz went outside of Beis Hamikdash, it's not tumah. It's a different problem. Yotzei. Then the tzitz doesn't have the power. Shatzitz miratza la tomei ve'noi miratza la yotzei. Tzitz only works for tuma and not for yotzei. That I don't know. I have no idea. Zok the Gemara. Torah Rabbanon.
Is it like that you didn't do an avera, or it's like it actually changed the status of it?
Oh, so we're going to see in the Gemara. If you're already asking, so I could say I will cheat. The Gemara is what we're going to see is that the tzitz never removes tumah completely to the point where you could eat it. All the tzitz does is it removes the tumah halachically that you could have a kapara. But it doesn't mean that it's gone. The tumah is always there. The tumah is a physical thing that it's there. The shirayim. The shirayim didn't become tamei. There's never tumah on the shirayim. That's a different mission later on if the tumah happened to the shirayim. But the kmitza, you're not eating, you put it on the mizbeach. You're eating something else that wasn't tamei. If you could eat the shirayim. If there was tumah in the shirayim. Because it's also for you to be makriv. It's also for you to be makriv. So since it's also for you to be makriv, but you put it on anyways, the tzitz removes the tumah halachically from it for the akrava that it should be chal and everything is good. Ton Rabbanon v'nosa aroin es avona kedoshim. How do we know that the tzitz is miratz b'chlal? Just because the kohen gadol wears something, how do we know? So it says v'nosa aroin, he so to speak carries es avona kedoshim, the averos that are done with kedoshim, which are korbanos. Now, it could be many different things. It could be the Gemara is going to go through very methodically through all the other things that could possibly be an avera that the tzitz could be miratzah, such as chutz l'makom, machshava chutz l'makom, chutz l'zman, yotzei. What if he performed the avodah with the left hand? Maybe the tzitz is miratzah that. Or what if the animal has a mum? And the Gemara finally comes out of maskana. The only thing it could possibly be miratzah is tumah. Says the Gemara, "V'chi eza ovayin hu noisei."
Is it like the concept of tumah which are deceivable?
No. It's similar, but not really, because over there it's mamish hutar, and you're allowed to eat the animal. Over here it's just kapara. It's nobody's eating it here. Nobody's eating it. It's just a question if he gets a kapara or not. It's similar, but it's not identical. So now the Gemara just figures out, how do we know? If you see a pasuk, if I gave you a pasuk, if anosa aron is avena kedoshim, from there you're going to understand that if there's tumah, it goes away. V'chi eza avan hu noisei. Im toimar avin pigol. If you're going to be talking about the aver of pigol, pigol in the Torah means chutz l'makom. Harik farnemar lo yechoshev. The Torah is very adamant about it, that if you do pigol, you're never going to get a kapara. Lo yechoshev. So it can't be that the tzitz is miratza for something that the Torah says specifically you're never going to get a kapara. Im Toimer avoy noisar. If you're going to be talking about avoy noisar, so now over here and only over here, the Gemara refers to noisar as what it says in the pasuk noisar, and that is machshavas chutz l'zman. Okay. When the Gemara says noisar, the Gemara means
Actually left it over.
he left it over. But since the Torah mentions the word noisar by when it comes to machshavas zman, so the Gemara uses it over here. Okay. So now we spoke about machshavas chutz l'makom. What about maybe the tzitz comes to miratza chutz l'zman? Harei kvar nemar lo yiratza. There is no way. The Torah says there is no kapara for machshavas chutz l'zman. Ho'einu noisei ela avoin tuma. It has to be that the pasuk is coming to say that there's a ritzui for the avera of tuma, and then the Gemara sticks in. That's the next. Then the Gemara sticks in, not noitzer but yoytzei. Ela shehutra miklala b'tzibur. The Gemara now says a svara that since there's some sort of heter when it comes to tuma, so it makes sense that when the Torah said that the tzitz is miratza on that thing that has already a heter.
The easiest.
It's the easiest one to give a ritui. That will answer your question about noisar. So once you have this concept, it only comes to give a ritui on something that's already a shvacha kind of a avera. Why is it shvach? Because tum hudra b'tzibur, we see by the korban pesach or korbanos in general, if it's for the community, then there is no concept of tumah. The tumah sometimes goes away. So Mela makes sense that the tzitz is also miratza if you did tumah. So now the Gemara is just going to ask, well, there's other cases that you see a leniency, and maybe the tzitz is miratza those things as well. Maskiv lo Reb Zero, ema avon yoytzei. Maybe it's for the avera of yoytzei. If you took it out of Beis Hamikdash, the tzitz should be miratza. Why? Shehutar miklala bebama. Again, you see a leniency. You see that when it comes to the bama, Rashi brings two cases of the bama. I'm not exactly sure why. And not even given that there's no walls. Akopanim, we always said in general, bama has no walls. Bama is the whole concept of yotzei doesn't exist. Everybody has a bama. Maybe Rashi is referring to the bama gedola. Okay.
So what do you do lo yichashiv?
The lo yichashiv is not by that. This is not yotzei. The lo yichashiv was by chutz l'makom.
Oh, yotzei is different chutz l'makom.
Lo yichashiv is the chutz l'makom. Lo yirotz is chutz l'zman. And now we're talking about yotzei. Om le'avaya, om akro, l'rotzein lahem lefnei Hashem, oven de lefnei Hashem in, oven de yotzei loy. That the tzitz comes to be miratza as something that's in front of Hashem, meaning inside the Beis Hamikdash. Tumah happens in the Beis Hamikdash. Yotzei obviously is outside of the Beis Hamikdash. It happened when you took something out of the Beis Hamikdash. That's not included in Lefnei Hashem. What happens if he did the avodah, performed the avodah with his left hand? And also, I could say it's similar to Tumah. Why? Shuhuta miklala b'yom kippurim. You're saying that you want to have the tzitz being miratza something that's weak. Shmuel is also sort of weak. Why? Because in Yom Kippur, you see that the Kohen Gadol comes into the Kodesh HaKadoshim with his right hand. He's holding a heavy shovel of coals, and his left hand he's holding the Ketores. Torah says, use your left hand. It has to be an avera. Tumah is an avera. Just I want to push off the avera of Tumah. It's not an avera for the Kohen Gadol to walk into the Kodesh HaKadoshim with something in his left hand. That's what the Torah said to do. The Isser never happened. It's a heter. It's not that there was an Isser that he went in with Smoil. Oh, and I'll let it go because it's Yom Kippur today. No. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said this is the only way to do it. This is the avodah to do with your left hand. So in Mela, it's not considered a huta miklala. You want to say that's a weak...
That's the way it said in Zvachim. Mitzvah. Oh, what about Shabbos? What about Shabbos? That's mitzvah.
Yeah, we learned it here also in Menachos, in the Chazara.
More impressive because Zvachim.
No, I think he means Menachos though. So again, We're trying to say that smoil is weak because it's allowed. You're allowed to do it with your left hand. If you do it with your left hand, you're okay. No, you're supposed to do it with your left hand, so it's not weak. You don't see that smoil is weak. Rav Ashi Omar Avoina Kadoshim. Another pshat. Why smoil? We don't say that tzitz is meratza smoil because it says Avoina Kadoshim veloy Avoin Hamagdishim. If you look at the pasuk, it says V'nosa Haaron is Avoina Kadoshim, that the sin is mechaper sin and avera of korbanos. Now, smoil is not a avera of korbanos. Smoil is a avera of the kohen. It's the magdish, the guy performing the avodah. He's doing it with the left hand. The tzitz doesn't come to meratza that. The tzitz comes to meratza a carbon that has a problem within the carbon. Rav Sima bereider Rav Idi Rav Ashi. Rav Sima, the son of Rav Idi, told Rav Ashi. V'amri lo Rav Sima bereider Rav Ashi. The Rav Sima was actually the son of Rav Ashi, talking to his own father Rav Ashi. Ve'imo avoin balmum. There's one more that you forgot about. Balmum. Shuta meklali ba'avyos. You see that mum doesn't apply by birds. The Omar Mar, tamus v'zachars be'behema ve'in tamus v'zachars ba'avyos. There's no concept of zachar nekeva by a bird, such as there's no concept of tamus, of balmum. You're allowed to have a bird that's a balmum. If it has dukin shabdayin, all the mumim, if you have a limping pigeon, it's okay. As long as it's not missing a wing, a whole aver, it's okay.
But maybe the tzitz is meratza.
So maybe the tzitz is meratza by a behema when it has a mum, because you see that the whole concept of balmum is weak, because it's mutter by a oif. There's two psukim. One says lo yiratze, the other one says ki lo yiratze and yilachem. I saw the Rabbeinu Yonah says that the Gemara is bringing actually from the Kfeilas Halashon, that when it comes to balmum, there's no ritzui. So you can't say that the tzitz is meratza balmum. So process of elimination. It's not meratza. There's no ritzui. You can't say that if you brought a balmum into the Beis Hamikdash, you makriv it, that the tzitz will say it's okay, because it says lo yiratza. So it can't be chutz l'makom, it can't be chutz l'zman, it can't be yoytzei.
Why don't they just use the same? Why don't they just use the same svara?
Yeah.
It was always matter. By the bird, you always had a heter. It was never.
Because we're not talking about a bird. We're talking about the animal. We see by mum, the concept of mum, sometimes the Torah is not makbid on it, such as a bird. But we're talking about he brought the animal with a mum, that the Torah is very makbid on.
Yeah, again, by the bird, you have the heter. By the animal, you don't have the heter. By the bird, the Torah said it's okay.
Oh,
By the animal,
you're saying that it's like small, those hutter.
It's the same svara as on Yom Kippur.
No, I'll tell you why. Because L'maisa, at the end of the day, the bird has a mum. It's there. It's a mum. We're just saying that it's okay. Maybe. Smile, but I hear what you're saying. Good kasha.
Why does the Gemara start saying that it seems to say that it's Dafka talking about Torah? Why doesn't the Gemara start saying it should be for everything and then exclude everything because it's not this, not this, not? Why does it start the other way around saying it's only for the one?
It tells you the Mishnah tells us the end of the day, the halacha, and the Gemara explains passive elimination. We eliminated 5 things, and that's the only way we know that Tumah number 6 is okay. Torah Rabbanan. Just to give you a quick overview of what's going to happen here until the end of today's daf, the Gemara is going to bring a contradiction in the brises. There's 2 brises. One brisa says that the tzitz is not miratza when an individual does tumah b'mezid. It's not miratza. And then you have a brisa that says mefurish that even a yachid that does b'mezid, it is miratza. So that's the contradiction. The Gemara comes and gives us 4 answers. The first 2 answers basically say that brisa number 1 is Chachamim, brisa number 2 is Rabbi Yossi. It's just 2 mandamrim. Those are the 2 tirutzim. And the other 2 tirutzim are that the 2 brises are talking about separate things, different things. Now, where it gets slightly complicated and long is the first teretz. So the way it works in the first teretz is, I'll show you this little thing here. I don't know if it'll help or not, but it wakes people up. Just there's something here. I don't know what, but something. The first step is we have the steer in the brises. Brise number 1 says Yochid b'mezid is not Meratza. Brise number 2 says B'mezid is Meratza. Step number 2 is that the Brisa number 2 goes according to Rabbi Yossi. Fine, that's a good answer. Brisa number 2 is Rabbi Yossi, Brisa number 1 is Chachamim. Step number 3, the Gemara says that Rabbi Yossi says Mefurish, that tzitz is not Meratza. So how do you say that Brisa number 2 goes according to Rabbi Yossi if he says Mefurish, it's not Meratza? What's a classic teretz for that? Epoch. That you thought Rabbi Yossi said not Meratza, no, he really says Meratza, and Rabbi Elazar is the one that says Lo Meratza. Fine. Ask the Gemara, but it can't be that Rabbi Elazar says Lo Meratza, because I have Mefurish, I have a whole Brisa, a 25 line piece, and at the end, the bottom line of that Brisa is that Rabbi Elazar holds that tzitz is Meratza. So Mamela, I can't say that Rabbi Yossi says that tzitz is Meratza, it's because it's Rabbi Elazar. So then I can't say that the first Brisa, that the second Brisa is Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Yossi, and the first Brisa is Chachamim, when we don't have a shita like that in Rabbi Yossi. The Gemara throws that teretz out. So this long teretz that we're going to be working on today doesn't really last. We're going to get there. Oh, no, because there's no Rabbi Yossi there. He's not even mentioned. Let's see it inside. Torah Rabbana. Dam shenitma uzrokoi, blood that became tamei, and you weren't supposed to do zrika, and you did zrika with it. B'shoigeg hurtza, b'mezid loy hurtza. Now, what's the possibility? What's the pshat? How come b'mezid loy hurtza? B'shoigeg hurtza. What's the difference? Because it's a knas. Chachamim came and penalized them. He said, there's no ritzu here.
Even though with the rice it is.
Correct. B'medvam amurim.
Who said?
Because it doesn't make any sense. The Torah doesn't work like that. Shoygig, it's okay.
The whole ritzu of it works. You can't.
So I'm telling you, that's how it works. B'medvam amurim biyochid. So here's the problem. Here the Brisa says that this only applies that b'mezid loy hurtza. B'yachid. So again, here this Brisa says when it comes to individual, there's no ritzui. But b'tzibur, bein b'shoigig, bein b'mezid hurtza. There's no difference when it comes to tzibur. Ubegoy, what?
Say even worse. Tzibur doing the mezid.
That's the head.
Ubegoy, when it comes to goy, bein b'shoigig, bein b'mezid, bein b'oines, bein b'rotzoin.
Because tumahotcha b'tzibur. That's what you said.
Is anybody hot here, by the way? I'm looking at the temperature. I'm leaving my clock tomorrow at home. Huh? No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Shkoyach. Okay, so now by goy, we don't have the tzitz doesn't work for a goy. So what do we have? Bein b'shoigig, bein b'mezid, bein ba'oines, bein b'ratzon. It doesn't matter. Turning the page, daf chafayim at beis, loy hurtza. Now here comes the question. We have the second brisa that says the exact opposite. Vermini. Alma tzitz meratza. What does the tzitz come to be meratza? Al adom v'al basar v'al chaylev shenitma. On blood and meat and chaylev that became tomei. Bein b'shoigig, bein b'mezid, bein ba'oines, bein b'ratzon, bein b'yachid, bein b'tzibur.
Wow.
So it's ben b'yochid.
It says mefurish bein b'yachid. Yachid doesn't matter. Mezid or shoigig. So we have a bam kasha, and this kasha, if you look on Chavav Amud Aleph, there's a Mishnah. So we're going to be dealing with this kasha. Omer Rav Yosef loy.
There's an end to it.
Yeah. Omer Rav Yosef loy kasha. Ha Rabbi Yosi ha Rabbanon. If you have a steer in brises, one of the ways out is to say that the second brisa that says that there's no difference between oines and ratzain and yachid, even b'mezid is meratza, goes according to Rabbi Yosi. Ha-Rabbanon, the first one goes according to Rabbanon. This Anya. Somewhere not so related, but related. Ein toimim minatomi alatar. When it comes to truma, we're not talking about our case, but we're talking about truma. You're not supposed to take truma for a kohen minatomi alatar. How much is truma? What's the shear of truma? What? What's the shear midiraisa for truma?
Anything.
What?
Also,
Even a mashu. There's no shear. No shear.
You have to take a little bit.
No shear. So, but right, 1 of 60 is a bad guy. 1 of 50 is a benini. 1 of 40. Fine, but that's no shear.
and And what people say the 100 is the Trumas Meister that we do today to
It's
have
a
it
little
aside.
more than 100.
That's right. So that little bit is the.
No, we need a Gishmaka one from over here to give to for Goodman. For the Balabayas. We'll give him a. Yeah. Everybody smile. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody go like this. Anyways, it says you're not supposed to use the 1 out of 40, 1 out of 50 that you're taking for Truma. Don't use Tomei. Why? It's not fair. You're going to give the kohen something that's Tomei. What is he going to do with it? He can't eat it. It's worthless to him, basically. He could burn it. He could do a few things, but he can't really eat it. So it says don't use Tomei. Vim Taram. What happens if you over? B'shoigeg Trumasei Truma. B'mezid ain't Trumasei Truma. B'mezid there's no Truma. What does that mean? So Rashi says over here that it's not a truma that he could eat the rest of his stuff, but it's really a truma. Fine. In other words, to lafuki what Noam was saying, the Mechatesa, so Rashi over here says it's a knas. It's a knas. The Chacham said that his truma is not a truma.
He has to do it again.
He has to. That 1 out of 1,000 that he took, he has to do again. Rabbi Yossi Oimer bein b'shoigig bein b'mezid truma say truma. Oh. So you see that Rabbi Yossi holds that we don't give a knas. We don't give a knas. A guy does something, he's in the wrong, he did it b'mezid, don't give him a knas. Even though Chacham say, give him a knas, he says no. So let's take that same concept that we see by Truma and apply it to Tuma, to our sugya. Says the Gemara connection. Okay, I see a case where Rabbi Yossi says you don't give him a knas. But to say that the tzitz actually undoes something, that's far-fetched. But more than that, Vosanya Rabbi Lezer Oimer hatzitz miratza lachilos. Rabbi Yossi ein hatzitz miratza lachilos. I have mefurish brayso that says Rabbi Yossi says the tzitz does not work for achilos. Now I want to just explain real quickly because if you were to read the Gemara on your own, you would think that it means, and that's what I pointed out to Hill before. Tzitz miratza lachilos. What does that mean? Just taich. It doesn't mean that you could eat the meat. It means that the meat that you're able to eat, I remove the halachic tumah from it, not the physical tumah. Of course it has tumah and I cannot eat it ever. Tzitz is not powerful enough to remove tumah. L'kula alma. The tumah remains. Just, I pretend there's no tumah on it so that I could get a kapara. I could put something on the mizbeach.
You're saying after the fact, not that I
After,
could.
not
If I
with
did.
Right, if it's on the mizbeach or
You
whatever.
can't get it, tell me like, hey, stop that right now. Like, don't worry about it. Tzitz is going to take care of it. I'll
Exactly.
It's only after.
But even afterwards, I just get a kapara, not that I wasn't over on eating something betuma. It's still tameh. The tumah didn't go anywhere. The tumah is there. Just I have a trick that it's miratza. It gives me a ritzu. It gives me a kapara.
You're saying I need a kapara on that if he was tumah?
Yeah,
I need a kapara.
of
on
course.
that.
Yeah.
If you would eat
If
it.
you were to eat it, yeah, it's tameh.
It's not a chilus on the mizbeach. That's not what we're talking about.
No.
It's not.
No.
No, that doesn't mean that everybody abuses it.
Everybody, here, look at Rashi. It's a good point. Rashi did remaskel the miratza tzitz al achilos mishamesli. Do you have that?
Yeah.
Look 5 lines down. Da oilin, meaning things that go on top of the mizbeach. Kuli al memoidu the tzitz miratza. That everybody agrees that there's no machlekes in that. Where is the machlekes? In the food that you're supposed to eat. Al achilos. Is the tzitz miratza, so to speak, does it remove the tumah to the point where I get a kapara, but not to the point where I could use it on my barbecue?
Which korban do you have to eat in order to get a kapara? You're allowed to. You don't have. In order.
No. In order for me to put my imurim on the mizbeach, I have to have meat that's royal achila. I don't have to eat
You don't
it,
have to eat it.
but I have to have royal achila. If it's not royal achila, as we're going to see soon, some psukim, they're not. Then I can't even put it on the mizbeach. I have no
And this is
ritzui.
called royal achila, even though it's.
Oh, yes. Legabe, the ritzui is considered royal achila. We're going to see mamish more clear what you're asking in a second. Where's my cup? I need a little bit more shkoyach. So what's the problem here? You wanted to tell me that Bryson number 2 is Rabbi Yossi. Over here we have Bryson. It says Mefurish. Rabbi Yossi can't hold that. Rabbi Yossi holds Ein Hatzitz Miratza. Thanks. Says the Gemara. in the chart over here, now we're holding number 4. Oh, we're getting there. Do you think? Epuch. Rabbi Yossi does hold the tzitz is meratza. You just we read it. Whoever wrote this brayso wrote the names wrong. It's Rabbi Eliezer that says not meratza. It's Rabbi Yossi that says is meratza. What's the big kasha that's coming up now? That Rabbi Eliezer holds meratza. So I can't say that Rabbi Eliezer holds not meratza. If I can't say that Rabbi Eliezer holds not meratza, then Rabbi Yossi obviously holds not meratza. In the brayso I only have 2 names, and if one of them, if I know for sure that Rabbi Eliezer holds that miratza, so it has to be that Rabbi Yossi, like the original, like it was written originally, is correct.
The first brayso says Rabbi
Now,
Yossi is
I just what the first.
the first brayso Rabbi Yossi is the makel one, so you want that to fit with this brayso.
Yeah, the first one. No, the first brayso is chachamim. Chachamim are the not the makel. The Rabbi Yossi is the makel.
Yeah.
Brayso number 2 is the makel. Brayso number 2 that says even mezid the tzitz is miratza is brayso number 2. That's Rabbi Yossi. Brayso number 1 that says the mezid is not miratza, that's chachamim.
And so this ibuch is making it fit brayso number 2. This ibuch is
Right.
making it fit.
Epoch is making it fit now. Now, just to not scare you, so you don't lose cup over here. Rabbi Eliezer Omer ein hatzitz miratza al achilos. Rabbi Yossi Omer hatzitz miratza al achilos. You have to switch the names. It's Rabbi Eliezer that says ein hatzitz miratza al achilos. Now, if you go all the way down to where it becomes wide, on top of that 3 lines, it says Viktani de miratza tzitz al achilos. You see, it says Rabbi Eliezer Viktani de miratza tzitz al achilos. The next 20-something lines is just to tell us that line. We're trying to prove that Rabbi Eliezer holds that tzitz is meratza, so now I can't switch him and say that he holds tzitz is not meratza. I can't say epuch. If I can't say epuch, I don't have a good teretz to say that brayso B goes according to Rabbi Yossi and brayso A goes according to Chachamim. I don't have a good teretz. What's the proof? Maskiv lo Rav Sheshes. Umi motzes avches lo. How could I switch the brayso around? How could I switch the names in the brayso? Votanya. It says, now the halacha is, if somebody eats kachim when he's tamei, when his body is tamei, what does he get? Kares. He eats kachim when he himself, not the meat, he himself is tamei, he gets kares. Votanya. Yochol basar shenitma. I would think that if the meat got tamei, and he ate it, very important point, stick in this word, he ate it. Lifnei zrikas damim, he ate it before they had a chance even to throw the blood on the mizbeach. You chayavim alayhem mishum tuma. I would think that in such a case he gets kares. Tamaloymar kol tar yochal basar. Pasuk number 1 says somebody that's tar should eat basar, and then pasuk number 2, the pasuk directly afterwards, immediately following the first pasuk says v'nefesh shetoichal basar mizera shlamim asher lashem v'tumasei olav v'nichrsa. Right? I have one pasuk that says you should eat when you're tar. I have another pasuk that says that if you're tamei, you get kares. So the Gemara makes a drasha from that. Hanitar latahorim chayavim olav mishum tuma v'she'enu nitar latahorim ein chayavim olav mishum tuma. Basically, the Gemara is saying that in order for me to be chayiv kares, I have to be in a situation where it was mutter to eat. Before zrika, it's not mutter to eat. Memela, even if I'm tamei and I eat this meat, I'm not chayiv kares. It was never what we call shasa kosher. It was never mutter, this meat. Not mutter, you're not chayiv.
Like what?
Here. Maybe it's talking about after zrika, not before zrika. Maybe the Torah is saying even if there was a zrika and it was mutter to eat, but it became also to eat afterwards. Like what? Such as leaving it overnight. Maybe if I ate a yoitze or I ate lan, I shouldn't be chayav. Tamaloymar asher lashem. The whole word, the 2 words asher lashem are completely extra. Obviously it's lashem. So what do I do with those words? Riba, to tell us you are chayav kares for a case of lan and a case of yoitze. Yochel, don't get confused. Don't let this distract you. I'm telling you. The point is that Rebbe Lezer holds. What does Rebbe Lezer hold? Sitz Miratza. Anachila. Yochel shani marbe es hapigulim es hanoisaros. Okay, we just discussed Lon and Yotzei. What about Pigul and Noisar? Pigul meaning a machshavas chutz zman. Oh, now the Gemara goes off on a tangent. Noisar sainu Lon. What do you mean? Tangent to a tangent. I feel good every time I read these kind of Gemaras. My wife says I have ADD, v'chulu. I said, read the Gemara, you'll see. I'm nothing. Shani marves hapigulim es hanoisaros. In fact, the Gemara Noisar sainu Lon. We just said a second ago that Lon, there's a riboy to say Yechayev Karas. Now you're going to ask me, but what about Lon? I just said Lon Yechayev because there's a riboy. Noisar and Lon are identical, right? Not the Noisar that we had in Amud Aleph. We're talking about the Noisar that the Gemara always talks about, left over. And even more than that, the Gemara is now going to say that Noisar, or the continuation is, I have a meal to say he's not Chayev Karas. You just said he's Chayev Karas, now you're saying he's not Chayev Karas. You just spoke about Pigul, now you're asking again about Pigul. Says the Gemara, Elo, you read it wrong. Elo afa Pigulim k'Noisaros. I want to say, I know the halacha by Noisar that there's a riboy. That I said, Lon and Yotzei. I want to know what's the halacha by Pigul. Is it similar to Noisar? I wasn't asking you what the halacha is by Noisar. That I just said, you're right. I'm asking you if Pigul is like Noisar. Okay, I have a riboy that says Lon and Yotzei, Yechayev Karas if you eat it betuma. I have a meal that says Pigul is not Chayev Karas. If I eat Pigul betuma, I'm potter from Karas. By the way, Rashi points out, or we spoke about a bunch of times, so if this Karas, you already get Karas for Pigul, why do I need another Karas for Tumah? He's Tomei, he eats it. B'nefesh ha'yichelas, the Torah says Mefurish, v'nichirsa, he gets Karas. Now what if he has Pigul? You add Pigul, so you're going to get two Karases. So what's the teretz always? He did a b'shoigit, chayiv two karbanos, v'chulu. Okay, few tirutim. What? Today we got 10. Tam b'loimar, mizav shlomid. Now the Gemara says, Umar Yisrael Rabbis say he said, don't let the point is coming up. But what Meichetesa to be marba yoytze in Lon and to be ma'it Pigul, maybe the reverse. Umar Yisrael Rabbis say lo Acha shiriba kosav amiyit amarta. Marba ni say lo shoislam shasa kosher. Very good. There's enough kamina. Yoytze and Lon never were good at one point. They were kosher. The next day, you left it over, then it became possible. So Meilu Yechayev Karas. Umoitzani Seilu Shalisas Shasa Kosher Pigul B'Shasta Avoda. You did a Pigul, so it was never kosher for a second. And Memela, you're not Chayev Karas on it.
So it's not Chayev Karas?
Yeah. Vim Toimar Pigul. We said there's a miut. You're not Chayev Karas. Vim Toimar. Now here comes the point. Basar shenitma, and this is where it's gishmak. This is where it explains to you the whole thing. I have a major problem. I have a piece of meat that's tamei before zrika. And you went ahead, you waited, you said I need it to be shasa, I need it to be kosher. How do you make meat kosher legabe carbon? You do zrika. The problem is, how could I possibly have a tamei here? How could I have a problem if it was tamei from the beginning? So I never had a shasa kosher. It was I shouldn't be chayiv. How could he be chayiv? I never had. You just told me yisoid. I need a shasa kosher. I need it to be kosher at one given time. So Lon and Yaitza was kosher. Later on, it went out.
Because it was kosher legabe izvachim. It wasn't kosher legabe tumah. What does it do with this?
No, but legabe tumah. Where did the tumah go? It was always tamei. I never had a shasa kosher. Says the Gemara, Mipnei shatzitz miratza. You're right, it was tamei, but the tzitz removes the halachic tumah from it. So what do you see? The tzitz miratza. Nitma in yoytze loy man shamas le da'amar ein zrika me'elas le yoytze. Rabbi Lezer with the machlokes Rabbi Akiva in Masechtas Meila, Rebbe Lezer is the one that says that Zrika doesn't work. Uktani Demaratza Tzitz ala Chilois. So over here you see Mefurish, it has to be Rebbe Lezer holds that the Tzitz is Miratza. If the Tzitz is Miratza, you can't say that Rabbi Yossi is the one that holds Tzitz is Miratza.
Why, where's the Rebbe Lezer said this?
He's the one that says it over there.
Over there he's Mechulik with Rebbe Kiva. Uktani Demaratza Tzitz ala Chilois. And Memela in Meila. So it can't be Rabbi Yossi that says that the Tzitz is Miratza. So you can't say that Brisa number 2 goes according to Rabbi Yossi. So what's the obvious teretz now going to be? Ella. So it's not Rabbi Yossi, it's going to be Rabbi Elazar. I still have a teretz. I have a steer, I have a contradiction between Brisas. One Brisa says that a Yochid b'mezid tzitz is not Miratza. The other one says Yochid b'mezid tzitz is Miratza. That Brisa goes according to Rabbi Elazar. Until now we're trying to say it's Rabbi Yossi. We just proved it can't be Rabbi Yossi. It's Rabbi Elazar.
This on line number 5 to
Yes. We're going to change this to Rabbi Eliezer. Instead of Rabbi Yossi, we're sticking yes. Ela Amar of Chizda. What does Ela mean always? Ela means, okay, we erase everything we said until now. This entire Amar up until now, scratch. Loi Kashya. Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbanon. In my contradiction, in the two Brises, Brisa A is Rabbanon. They say you give a knas to somebody who does something b'mezid. Rabbi Eliezer is going to be the one that says you don't give a knas. Over there, we said, okay, he's miratza, the tzitz miratza for eating. It's almost like the reverse question, but it just means like, because Rabbi Eliezer says that tzitz is miratza, how do you know that he holds the leikonis mishamisle? How do you know that he holds that there's no knas? Maybe there's a knas, even though the tzitz can be miratza. Yes. Just like we said by Rabbi Yossi, we said that Rabbi Yossi holds by Truma, there's no Knas. So the same way you'll also say in Rabbi Eliezer that he is Koinus.
Basically, we said that you don't come.
I'm sorry, that loy Koinus. The Sanya Rabbi Eliezer Oimer Bein B'Shoigig Bein B'Mezid Truma. So Truma. So Mela. So that's our teretz. The Brisa that says that there's no knas goes according to Rabbi Eliezer. The Brisa that says there is a knas goes according to Chacham. Amy the Shamas Leila Rabbi Eliezer betruma the kila. How are you going to bring a raya from truma to kachim? Truma is kal. Bekachim the chamire mishamas le. How do you know truma is more chomer? Because there's a Gemara that says that truma has 6 things versus truma is more kal because kachim is more chomer because it has 6 versus 4. 6 chumras in it compared to truma. Bekachim the chamire mi shamas. Imkain, here's the big raya. Imkain ha aman tirmiya. This brisa that says that there's no knas, who does it go according to? It has to be somebody, and we have no option, so we have to say it's Rebbe Eliezer. Fine, that's the end of that sugya. Now, 2 more tirutzim that are basically the same but reversed. Ravina Omar, there's 2 brises. One brisa says that if a yachid does it b'mezid, the tzitz is not meratza. The second brisa says yachid b'mezid is meratza. Ravina Omar, tumasoi bein b'shaygi bein b'mezid hurtza. Zrikasoi, the first brisa is talking about zrika. B'shaygi hurtza, b'mezid lo hurtza. There's a difference. One brisa is talking about going over to the blood and touching it, b'mezid. That we don't care about. You're not a bad guy if you make the blood tummy b'mezid. The second one is, if I'm going to throw it on the mizbeach. No, the first brisa is talking about dam. Yeah. Both are dam. We went away from kmitza for a second. We're talking about dam. Right? So there's no steer in the brises. One is talking about being metama the blood. One is talking about doing zrika b'mezid. Zrika b'mezid is bad. Now, Tosfos has a kasha here that there's no mention b'chlal of zrika in the first brisa. No, sorry, in the second brisa. It says that in the first brisa it says dam shenitma uzrakoi. Fine. The second brisa doesn't mention it. There's no zrika.
Which Tosfos?
The last one, and therefore Tosfos says zrika b'shoigeg hurtza b'mezid lo hurtza. What?
General.
Sorry, the Tais is on the next sugya. On Zrika Bein B'Shogeg Bein Mazid. Fine. We're gonna see it soon. So Tais brings a svara but that's on the next thing
That needs a kapara.
that the Kohen is trying to be a good guy. He's throwing it on the mizbeach. He's not trying to do a bad thing. So
Help
it
him
makes
out.
sense that we will help him out and give him a
the
thing. Let's just see the next teretz. It's the same exact teretz but in reverse. Rav Shilo Omar Zrikosoi Bein B'Shogeg Bein B'Mezid Hurtza. In the first brayz, the second one that says that there's no difference between Mezid and Shogeg is talking about Zrika. To Masoi B'Shogeg Hurtza B'Mezid Hurtza. And that Taisus asks, there's no mention of Zrika. So how could it be that the second brayz is talking about on Zrika, that Bein B'Shogeg Bein Mezid Hurtza? Doesn't even mention Zrika. So fine. Well, Rav Shilo Hodik Tani Shenitma Bein B'Shogeg Bein B'Mezid. It says Nitma, right? It doesn't say Zrika. It says Nitma Bein B'Shogeg Bein B'Mezid. How do you fit it in? Hachikam, you have to push the lashon a little bit. Nitma B'Shogeg Uzraka Bein B'Shogeg Bein B'Mezid. The Bein B'Shogeg Bein B'Mezid is going on the Zrika, not on the Toma. Tashma Dam Shenitma Uzrakoi. It says Mefurish Zrika B'Shogeg Hurtza B'Mezid Lo Hurtza. It's referring to the Zrika, not on the Toma. How do you tell me that the Zrika is Bein B'Shogeg Bein B'Mezid? Or it differentiates between Shogeg and Mezid by Zrika. Hachikam, again, a doichak. Dam Shem Nitma Uzrakoi Bein B'Shogeg Bein B'Mezid. Nitma B'Shogeg Hurtza B'Mezid Lo Hurtza. When it says Uzraka B'Shogeg Hurtza B'Mezid Lo Hurtza, it's not talking about the Zrika, it's talking about the Toma. Chaksat. Have a great day.
Great coffee.
Is it getting better?